Hello everyone, good morning. I am at the allotment and it's warm. It's so warm. It's just coming up to 11 a.m. now. I've been here for a bit already, just been doing bits and bobs, and the plan for today is to get the tomatoes planted up in the greenhouse. So I've got these cool looking pots. I'm excited to give them a try. They are apparently self-watering, as in they have a reservoir at the bottom that supposedly keeps the roots nice and moist. Hate that word. So yeah, that's what I'm going to plant my tomatoes in. The other job that I really need to do is get my squash potted up into bigger pots. I'm going to try and get them as big as possible before I plant them out at the plot, just so that they can withstand a little bit of slug damage, inevitable slug damage. I've only got about an hour here, so need to crack on. And yeah, I'm going to the garden centre this afternoon to pick up some bits and bobs, stuff that hasn't really germinated well for me this year, and then just some nice plants basically. I do have a list and a budget that I'm going to try and stick to, but it's always too much fun going to a garden centre, isn't it? So anyway, let's crack on with greenhouse stuff before it gets way too hot in there. This is where I'm going to line up the pots. These are the pots. I think they're about 10 litres. Another job is I have got potatoes from my neighbour that really need planting out. He did give them to me last week, so they haven't been too long in here, but look at the sprouts on them. Oops. Yeah, these are the pots. I'm excited to give them a go, so I'm going to have to find some bamboo canes and then line them up here. I also need to wash the inside of this glass beforehand. Ignore all my stuff. That is all stuff for the tip, which will be going soon. So yeah, I've got 6 of these pots. They look pretty good, and even if they don't work well this year, I can still drill holes in the bottom next year and try them again. So that is exciting. Let's get on with it. So far, the only issue I have with these pots is the label is so sticky it just will not peel off, which is very annoying. Anyway, we are on to washing down the greenhouse and cleaning the glass. Firstly, removing any slugs or snails. Yep, giant snail in the corner. Look at that crow just go past in the background. That was funny. So I'm using just a bit of watered down Ecover to wash down the windows, get any dust or grime off, and then just giving them a rinse with more water, and it seems to do a pretty good job at cleaning the glass. Some people are probably wondering why I'm not planting directly into the ground in the greenhouse, or not even covering the greenhouse floor over. That's because there is a lot of mare's tail in the greenhouse. I dug a lot of it out, but it still does sprout up in places, so I'm keeping the ground bare, just using pots to plant in this year, so that if any of the mare's tail does spring up, then I can easily get to it and dig it out and remove it. Hopefully next year I can put maybe 2 raised beds in, one either side lengthways. That would be ideal, and then I can have all my tomatoes grown in ground, but that is definitely not doable this year with the amount of weeds and mare's tail. So I'm just fitting the canes in. These pots are good because they have a slot to put a cane in, which goes straight through the pot, and you can poke it into the ground. And I'm filling the pots with the Miracle Grow multi-purpose peat-free compost. It's not the best stuff, but I think it will get the job done. And I'm also mixing in a little bit of perlite. And then we are on to planting the tomatoes. I am planting 6 varieties at the moment, 5 of which I grew from seed, and then I bought 1 tomato from the garden centre a few weeks ago to replace the Apero cherry tomato that did not germinate. So we've got Sungold, Black Russian, Convoluto Fiorentino, I think that's how you say it, then Giulietta, which is a plum, and the one I bought, the biggest tomato, is, I think it's called Big Pink, and I think it's a salad tomato. Not a cherry anyway. I should have bought a cherry to replace the apple cherry that didn't germinate. And then finally Saint Pierre, which I actually thought was a salad variety, but turns out it's a beefsteak, so I'm growing mainly beefsteaks this year, unusually. Tomatoes are in. I don't know how much of that recorded because my phone overheated, but they are looking good. I think what I'm going to do now is go home for lunch and come back this evening because it's so hot. Hello, I am back from the garden centre, still the same day. I just put a shirt on because I felt like my arms were burning earlier. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I bought. Firstly, some more runner beans, white emergo. There's actually loads in it. Oh god, there's actually loads in there, and I feel like I should pot them up because they can't be healthy in there. Next I bought 2 trays of marigolds to go round the beans. These are strawberry blonde, and they're my favourite marigolds because, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of the proper yellow, orange, red ones, but these are just much prettier, so I bought 2 trays of these. Hopefully they will survive because they're actually really pretty, and I know slugs do like to eat them, but whatever. I also bought a seed bird feeder with these little like things that they stand on, and apparently it's good for house sparrows, dunnock and bullfinch. I also bought a, what's it called, a peanut version of this bird feeder, but the nuts in that garden centre are so expensive, so yeah, I'll bring that next time. And then I've also bought the seed, the no grow mix. Yeah, so I'm going to put that up now. I also made 4 more of the copper hoops to go around whatever I plant out at the moment. So actually the dahlia and the 2 sunflowers have survived. I didn't actually come up the next day, the day after planting those out, because it rained all day and it was like super humid rain and thunderstorms, so those plants have had 2 nights out even in rain and they've survived. My sweet peas have absolutely shot up. I really need to tie those in or poke them, weave them in and out of the mesh, but look, I'm actually going to have flowers soon. That's amazing. Before I get on with fun things, I need to pot up my squash because that's what I was planning to do this morning, but I just didn't have time. But tomatoes are looking really good. I'm really happy. I think they look so nice. But oh yeah, all the seedlings have like completely wilted. I think it's time to get as much planted out as possible, because it's no good them being sat in the greenhouse and getting too hot and stressed out. They should be planted out. So okay, let's just like seriously crack on. I sowed about 3 or 4 seeds of each pumpkin variety in one single pot, and the intention was to pot them on as soon as they germinated because I was running out of space at home. But I didn't get round to it in time, and they've started to get a little bit big and leggy. They're actually doing amazingly now that I've potted them up, given them their own little pot with extra compost, and they've all increased in size in just a few days. So I think they'll be fine, and like I said earlier in this video, I want to get the squash as big as possible before planting them out, because the slugs are obviously gonna nibble at them, and I want them to be able to withstand some slug damage at least. There's already somebody on the bird feeder. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So cute. Hello. Oh no, I frightened it. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I love it. Oh. Wow, it's dropping loads. It's really flinging them out. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So, I stuck the red onions in, whether they will survive, but I felt like they just needed to get out the greenhouse. And I also stuck 2 more dahlias in. Oh, I forgot to stretch actually, let me just do that. Okay, yeah, dahlias in, red onions in, sunflowers surviving, onions not doing great. They are flowering. That's okay. I mean, that one looks like it's doing well. A couple of main crop potatoes in. Then inside the greenhouse, the most important thing is all the tomatoes are in. Well, 6 tomatoes. I have like 30 million still at home. And squash are all potted up. This was the Jerusalem artichoke. I was gonna pot that up as well, but I didn't. I ran out of time. So yeah, that's another thing for tomorrow. It's very wilty, but it's the most rigorous growing thing ever, so that's definitely going in a massive pot. Sweet peas tied in, 1 bird feeder up, and I think I'm gonna come up tomorrow and just crack on with planting things out, fill that bed up, and one of these, I'm not sure which one, maybe, I don't know, maybe that one, the back one, not sure, but definitely I'll fill one up tomorrow. And I just feel like I need to get everything out of the greenhouse. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment, and I will see you very soon. Bye.